Happy New Year, Baphamates. And in this video, we're going to do a nice little ritual to kind of welcome in the new year. So here we have my altar again. Now that I've finished using my candles for my Kenora for Kwanzaa, I've put them back on the altar themselves. As I said in my last video, unfortunately, because I have a smaller space to have an altar, it does feel a bit cluttered, although I'll probably move things around, and you know, in a year or two when we move again, I'll hopefully have a bigger space to do this. But yeah, this is kind of how my altar looks right now. So of course the next obvious question is, what exactly am I going to do a ritual for? What do I want to cover for the new year? So for example, I have a small ritual that covers the 7 deadly sins of pride, envy, wrath, sloth, greed, gluttony and lust. And I might want to, so with something like that, I might wish to focus specifically on one of those aspects to kind of help me focus on, as a kind of medium for me to achieve goals. So for example, if I wanted to focus better at the gym, you go with pride. So I kind of be able to actually appreciate the work that you're putting into yourself. Or for example, I could want to do a ritual for sloth because I think I might be working too hard, and therefore I've got to try and focus on being able to allow myself to have more leisure time. I mean, I don't, but just an example. Or if you don't really want to do anything particularly in depth where you want to kind of create it yourself, you can always get a book by old Anton. Personally for me, when I do a lot of rituals, I just do the basic. I like having candles, some crystals depending, and I also have tarot cards to kind of represent kind of my interests, or kind of focuses on the intention of the ritual itself. And also during these rituals, I might want to wear some jewellery where you've got the symbol of Lucifer, symbol of Lilith, or just the symbol for sulfur. It just kind of depends on how I personally want to feel whilst doing it. The tarot I like to use are a deck that's kind of from the Tarot of Marseille, so they're kind of old, kind of classic style, and nothing particularly too modern. But then that's more of a personal preference for me. And so when I use tarot cards in rituals, I use the Major Arcana, which is 0 to 21, and one card represents each of the deadly sins. So I have pride as the Hierophant, envy as the Magician, wrath as Judgment, sloth as the Stars, greed as the Emperor, gluttony as the World, and lust as the Devil. I also like to use different colour candles to kind of match the tarot card or the general vibe of the ritual once again. Like if I wanted to focus on releasing anger or something, so kind of like a healthy way to kind of manage that, I would use red. If it's something about being able to calm myself or focus on a goal, it would be blue. If I wanted to think about family, like relatives, ancestry, that sort of thing, I'd go with red. No, it's not red, I'd go with green, and so forth. I even might use a card from the Devil's deck. So what I've decided to do is, as it's for the new year, I've decided for this ritual to be for Satan, Lilith, and Dantium. Dantium is my kind of concept, more like a kind of like a spirit guide, and Lilith being Adam's first wife, and obviously Lucifer. Obviously, in this cup is the every item that represents the 7 deadly sins. So I'll kind of be doing like an overall sort of ritual. Obviously, I've got my candles as well: blue for Dantium, red for Lilith, and black for Satan. And away we go.